Usually I prepare questions for my lives, and I just want to mention something what I was talking about yesterday. Okay, today I will discuss about role play because erotic photography and erotic photo shoots involve a lot of role play scenarios. Okay, and the role play scenarios are available for individuals as well as for couples as well as for photo shoots with hot and sexy models, right? Individuals would like to create role play scenarios and erotic fantasies with models, right? So role play scenarios and role plays I will be discussing today. Okay, what I want to talk about from yesterday, because I was live yesterday, I was talking about couple who was contacting me saying that they would like to try an erotic photo shoot. Okay, and actually the male, know me personally, I didn't know that, but they are scared. Okay, and yesterday I was explaining why couples are scared and why they are scared as the individuals. Okay, so I want to just repeat myself. Usually, woman is scared to do erotic photo shoot because of her looks. Okay, because she thinks that she is not perfect or there is something wrong with her, or I would say compromising angles, okay, and so on, right? So with women it's very much related with her appearance, okay, and then another thing about the safety, right? It is it is popular to think that if you do an erotic photo shoot you will end up in a corn channels, and there you will be a superstar, right? But studios don't do that. They do not take the content and they do not sell your content. The studios or a photographer may use your content for blogs and for website to promote the work, but not in otherwise. But when it comes to role play situation, right? And role play, it's not only that energy change, okay? It's a status change, right? So role play situation is this, because I want to touch a little bit of psychology and explain that we live in a system and our body is one system, right? And when we form a relationship, marriage, friendship, close friendship, intimate friendship, right? It is another system, right? And if in and you see when an adult man or an adult woman say to me that I am scared, okay, I am scared to do an erotic photo shoot, right? It means just one thing, okay? I can tell you, or you can ask yourself, who is scared in their life, okay? Usually these are the child energies, right? Children usually are scared, okay, because they are entering the life and they're trying new things, and this is normal for them to feel this way, right? Scared. When adults you see scared, then it means they vibrate in a child's energy, okay? And what happens with child's energy is this, that you see adults don't sleep with children, okay? And very often it's a reason why couple losing intimacy, because one of the partners just fell off their shoes, okay, and being a child, right? and just and just behave like this. And you see adults with children, if they sleep it will be incest, but on energetical level adults do not notice this. It's not recognized. You can just recognize it when you are talking with psychologists, okay, and then psychologists will say, okay, why are you scared, what is wrong? Usually adults, when they scared, right, they go and find out, okay, why they scared or what they scared of, okay, or they go and learn, right? And when I say about systems and being scared, I can tell you that we can be scared in the other systems. For example, in the system you and the business, right? There is a lot of things to be scared about business because you do not know, right? And then you do not do certain moves, certain actions, right? So the reason why I'm saying is because I've been in all the roles. And I know, okay, and I know and I can recognize. So this is something what I forgot to mention. When adults are scared to create erotic photo shoot or erotic scenarios or go into intimacy, they actually are in a child vibration. Okay, so that is the first reason. Yeah. And like I say, couples feel scared, or people feel scared in general, okay, and I'm repeating myself, from the traumatic experiences. Only traumatic experiences bring negative emotions, okay? When people were not traumatized, they actually excited, right? When they find out that, oh, I'm going to do an erotic photo shoot, they are excited, okay? They cannot wait, right? They very keen to start. They start early, okay? And when people have a traumatic experience, right, in their head, they create certain illusions, and it is terrifying for them, dangerous, okay? Erotic experience, terrifying, scary, dangerous, and that is why they not only scared to come to the studio and create erotic photo shoots, right, but in general they behave similarly in the other compartments of their life, right? And intimacy, it is a big part for adults, right, to be in. Imagine if they scared to try new things in their bedroom, right? What happens is that it will become familiar, okay? It will become routine, right? And then it will get boring. That's how it goes, right? When you are scared to do certain things, right? New things, right? So that's something what I wanted to say. And today I'm going to discuss about role plays. So I am an erotic photographer shooting erotic fantasies, of course, portraits, semi-nudes, nudes, explicit photography, and make love scenarios. I cannot say this word, what they do during make love scenarios, but of course, there is an intercourse and penetration shoot involved, right? I hope the robots will not detect that. Okay, penetration shoot, right, involved. That's what we do. And yes, and the second thing is, you see, we create erotic fantasies. Okay, adults would like to play adult games, right? And not every couple, so much open-minded. Okay, there are couples who would like just to undress and do nothing sexual. Okay, there are couples who would like just to perform, to create beautiful nude body portraits together in a cuddle, no stimulation, no masturbation, no nothing, you know, just body portraits. That's what they want. Okay, and before I was just thinking, well, these people are quite reserved, okay, and quite limited, right? But then now I'm thinking, everyone can do whatever they want. Before I was thinking, why would you just do that when your photographer or me, videographer, can create unlimited shoot? Okay, like no limits. I can create any fantasy, right, on camera, but they would like to do a background, background nudes, and that's what they want. So now I am absolutely fine with that, right? When it comes to erotic photo shoots with couples, okay, we can just do a simple photography, right? Like I say, non-sexual, but can be sexual. Okay, usually couples are interested to do that. Okay, that's how I started many years ago, because I thought, why would stop? They are so turned on. Okay, when they create boudoir photography, touching themselves, kissing, cuddling, right? They already preparing the base, the grounds for a great shoot. And that's how I moved from photography to video, because when people go into action scenes, and when I come action scenes, I mean hardcore, okay? Photography, it's limited medium straight away, okay? Because there are seconds, okay? Every second matters, you know? Real energy, raw format. I know when to switch from the camera, because camera, even, if you shoot freestyle photography, it's still limited. It's still moments, it's still increments, it's still people posing, it's still people are aware, okay? People are preparing, pretending, faking sometime, right? Being not true self, okay? Always you see, there is a very big standard request. People look at the others, how beautiful they are, and they want to look that way. Okay, not being themselves, not being them, but that way, how they've seen. And there are a lot of couples who would like to look how others do it. Okay, and I recently, a few days ago, I spoke with the couple, and they asked me, is it okay to go on my website and choose the work of other people so that they would want to recreate? Okay, and I'm thinking, why would you make the same photography like other people do it? Why you not do it yours? I said yes, and my website is very, very limited, but I said yes. Okay, in reality, I do not recommend to copy anyone. Okay, the real energy is authentic energy, and the real sexual energy, it's confidence and authenticity. Okay, that's two vibes in there, I see. Okay, so when we create sexual energy and I am able to channel them and put them on this, vibe, I can tell you they forget about what they want to copy, okay, who they want to be. They are put in a moment and on the spot, okay, and humans in general drive forward with the automatic, okay, reactions, right? They, when they go into the shoot, right, it is very staged at the beginning. It is very staged and very frozen at the start, right? And my job is to put them to the mode where they being themselves, okay, when they free, right? Let me just quickly say hi because I've started straight away with the topic. And I can see there are many people. Hi, hello, hi, hello. Today I'm discussing erotic photo shoots and role play topic. Okay, role play topic. Role play topic involves, okay, child's energy, male's energy, and female's energy, right? Okay, and you know that couples, okay, or a adult can vibrate in any of that. I can be in masculine energy, okay, as well as a female energy, as well as a child's energy, right? In a relationship, okay? And when we create, for example, fetish, BDSM, fantasies, right? We practice that, okay? We practice that vibration, we allow, okay, this energy. I'm saying energy in the reality when it comes to sexuality and sexual energy resource is alter egos. That's what play the role, okay? Your sexuality depends on what kind of alter egos playing there, okay? Alter egos started from 18th century, okay? They already identified that. I call it demons, okay, because it's more like a demon, it's a demon who controlling you and who is sitting in your head, sitting in your head, and how to say, it affects your behavior, it affects your behavior. That's that's why we fancy certain things. That's why we get turned on with a certain thing. That's why erotica, it's so dangerous, it's so secret, it's so scary. When people speak about erotic fantasies or about love stories or something, they not telling the truth, okay? At one point I thought everyone is liars, okay, because they say one thing and then they come to the studio and they shoot totally different things. And then I realized there are some blocks, mental blocks, physical blocks, right, which over the phone not even allowing them to express themselves openly, okay, what they want, what they desire, what is their ultimate fantasy, right? But I was just saying hi, and I will continue this in one moment. Hi, hello, hi, hello. And during my speech, right, during me delivering the topic that I want, you can ask questions about erotic photography, okay, erotic photo shoots, right, and the erotic experiences for singles and couples at my studio, right? And like I say, I shoot erotic fantasies too. Okay, so you can ask questions about that. Let me just say hi, hi, hi. Hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello. You know, yesterday I just jumped on a channel. I'm not gonna make any more crazy long videos because I stayed 1 hour and 40 minutes, okay? And there are 3,000 people, and I haven't been for ages online, okay? For ages. So these are like random people, okay? You know why you're watching me? Because you don't know how to live your life, okay? Seriously. That's the situation. People are watching the others interfering or want to know what the others do because they do not see themselves and they're not living their own life. So that is probably the first goal that I have to achieve, you know. I would like to make everyone busy with their own business, okay? Like seriously, start living. And there is a goal in life, and people think that goal in life is to make money, right? But if everyone would reach that goal, this planet will die. Okay? In reality, God created one goal, right? We have to multiply. We have to create other lives. Okay? And for that, we need to meet our halves, right? So that's the main business, you know, what we're doing here. And the second thing, what people do not know, running about their careers. Yesterday, I was just watching on YouTube, and I'm saying hi, but I just mentioned this, you know, about Tom Cruise. Seriously, Tom Cruise. Unlucky in his personal life, such a wealthy man, such a gorgeous, such a handsome man, and nothing, you know, like nothing. You see, such a big block is standing there, not achieving. So what they doing usually, men and women now as well, okay? They don't know how to sort their own life. They're going into career and into business, and that's where they feel the satisfaction, the orgasm, the climax, okay? That's how they substitute this, okay? That's what they want, and they're really proud of it, okay? They're really proud of it, what they're doing. Okay, so let me just say hi, hi, hi. Oh my gosh, there's so many of you. Can I be a model? Anyone can be a model. You know, in corn, you or you or you or you, doesn't matter who, everyone will be successful if they apply themselves, right? Everyone would go. Young, old. You know, before you would think you have to be that, like gorgeous. You have to be like, oh my gosh, so gorgeous. No, it's not. You can be a very own lady because there are a lot of alter ego um, infiltrated minds that will buy your content and will be absolutely interested to watch you and to pay you money, right? Anyone can be a model. A grandma, okay? I'm excluding children, right? But I'm just saying, when you are in adulthood, anyone can be a model. Now the world is like that, right? Too much talk, turn around, okay? What I will say, this is my channel and I do whatever I have to do. If you don't like it, leave, right? Can I be the model again? Okay, hi from Hawaii. It was a Hawaii maybe 2 days ago. Hello, hello. Shall I say aloha? I never been in Hawaii, but this is something what I want to visit, to be fair. I have an interest, yeah, and I like to travel. Hey, beautiful. Okay. Like I said, I am continuing today with a topic about erotic photo shoots and role play scenarios. And I will be discussing the role play on a psychological level. And maybe we'll be explaining it in a certain way you never heard of, okay? But when emotional state, and in this world we're developing now, okay, there is a different how to say development going on, not physical but emotional at the moment, right? In this bunny world, right? It's called bunny world now. Emotional development affects our lives, okay, our life quality, our relationship, and our intimate vibrations levels, right? There are higher vibrations, there are lower vibrations, okay? Lower vibrations in terms of intimate world, I would say this is rape, this is perversity, right? This is uh, wanker situation. Wankers are very popular. Okay, and that's what I learned when I joined. Like I started, I am in adult business since 2005, and I started working with adult models, and they taught me this. Okay, they taught me this. They said that there are guys, men only, okay, who are wankers. I never knew, but this is the case. Okay, and these people, they take your time. Okay, and especially it's very popular. You see, in any other business, I don't know, but I can tell you about erotic photography. It is very popular to attract these people here. Okay, these people would like to discuss erotic fantasies because there is no one else to listen to them. Okay, they would give you, they just want to sit on your brain and send you emails or chat or discuss and just consume your energy. I believe these people also appear on the dating side and they call the catfish, and that's why the men are so scared of them. Okay, because they like energy suckers, they're energy vampires. They, in terms of photography, erotic photography, they would never book, but they would pretend that they are a woman, for example, or they are the couple. Okay, or he is the guy planning or talking on behalf of his wife and whatever. They will, make a lot of not true stories, and through the years I've already learned to recognize, okay, these personalities, and of course, to eliminate them, I have a rule now. Okay, people who would like to book an erotic photo shoot, and this is based on wanker situation because there's too many of them. Okay, just too many. People who would like to book and discuss erotic photo shoot, they have to send me their ID. I can tell you, when I have a wanker on the line or on the email or on the messenger or on whatever, they will never send. Okay, so what wankers do, they want to create a certain energy flow. Okay, they will share a lot of explicit, intimate information, what they like to shoot, straight away. Okay, that's how I would recognize them. They want to get into contact with you and hang on to this conversation as long as possible for free. Okay, just like ultimate users looking for victims. Okay, so that's how I defined and described this creatures. Okay, creatures. I could say they are creatures. Can I see your shoes? Okay, irrelevant. Good morning, beautiful. Hi, hello. Okay. This is when people asking him to see their shoes, they have a fetish. Okay, it means that the alter ego lives in their mind and eating them. Okay. Usually alter egos consuming people, right? And when people are scared to create erotic fantasies, that's actually when the block has been released, and then they can be themselves and live their life. Okay, that's why erotic fantasies is a mental repair, your mental repair. Yeah, hi, hello, hi, hello. Is 22 too young? You know, I don't know. Is there any too young? Okay, you need to find someone who likes that. You see, you can't just go and ask everyone, right? Because you will have too many opinions, right? But clearly, if you have this question, right, and I am not 22, right? I'm not your your age. Actually, my oldest son is 29. Okay, so I'm like a little bit far from there. All right, so you will find your way. You see, when it comes to sexuality and to intimacy, I just spoke recently, okay, about young people matching the older generation, okay, and I was 22, and I never been interested in my age boys. Never. This was impossible for me. It was like you know. I never looked at them. I did not find them attractive in any way. I was looking to like a really much older man. That's what I found sexy at that time. Okay, so how you can control yourself? You developing your your sexuality at this point, right? And sexuality is also like an immune system. Okay, people don't know this, but children, when they born, okay, they're born premature. They cannot help themselves. They cannot do anything for themselves, right? So they develop immune system by taking trash into their mouth. Okay, most of the time they get all the illness and the disease, right? And then they grow up and they develop the immune system. Yeah, that's needed when you will be a mature body and adult. Okay, sexuality, you see, I see the same way. Okay, you have to take a lot of trash in your mouth to actually understand many things and develop, okay, sexually, intimately. Because if you don't, then there will be time when it will bite you in your ass. And you will find yourself in a different situation catching up. Okay, so it's better everything on time, right? So if you 22 and clearly interested in the older ladies, do it. Okay, don't ask me, is it too young, right? Just do it. Okay. um right, okay, let me just quickly say hi. Do you every get excited watching? I can tell you that when I am in a shoot, okay, I am planning, directing, posing, lighting, shooting, and channeling the whole situation, right? So I have no time, okay, to get excited. But where I get excited is editing, okay, because then I can calmly see the content, okay? And I can tell you at the beginning of my career, okay, I couldn't edit. That's why I do not hire young editors, because they would wank themselves to death. Okay, it just takes enormous time. Just recently I sent one content to 22 years old who is like absolutely fascinated, like, Julia, I want to do this, like, yeah, I had this 1 hour conversation, how much he passionate, okay, about this. And it is a week he cannot send me the products back. Okay, what he's doing there on this content, you tell me, sleeping on it? No, right? So he is not able, right? He's just not able. And I know this because it happened to me. I just couldn't. I had to leave, you know. This file was, I was editing endlessly, like, oh my gosh. And there are files who were too hot, and I was just like, no, I can't do this. Now I am in a very neutral position, okay? I cannot be myself, but a professional in the studio for two reasons. If I will vibrate a feminine energy, the woman, you see, the woman is an intuitive and instinct creature. She will detect that, okay? And we would not have a successful shoot because she will feel a competition and the energy, okay? Men don't know that, okay? But women from a very stone age, okay, they are as a detectors. There will be a person in the room, okay, like imagine woman fancy my husband, okay, husband has no clue. For husband, that woman should come and tell him in his face, like, I want you, and then he would know. But me, I would detect that bitch straight away. I just sense her, that she is a danger to me. And that's the same with all the women. Okay, we have these radars from and really far behind us age, right? So that's how the difference. So no, I do not get excited at all because I'm very, concentrated. When you are, you see, even how I can explain you, when you have a load of work and huge responsibility, and it is not that time when you can fuck about and just focus on something else. There is no other go to shoot, right? So I have to give full attention, 200% on that moment, because this couple maybe arrived from New Zealand, okay, or from China, or from Japan, or from somewhere. They can't just come and repeat this, okay? So I am in a very neutral position, and this actually harmed me as a personality at the start, because I learned to switch off my sexual energy, and then I realized that when you're switching off the whole sensations, and then you need to switch it on, and it's not switching on. Okay, so this is very tricky as well. That's why there will be not many women who cultivate and approach this medium, okay, or this job like I do, because there are a lot of things to learn, like seriously things inside of you, and that's self-control on the highest level, right? So I hope I answered your question. Thank you so much. I like this one. Okay, do you get excited recording? You already asked me. Recording or photography is the same. It's the same, but it's not. Okay, because video recordings are more hotter and more sexier. Okay, because video is a tai chi non-stop motion when people are going into sexual move, make love scenario, and raising up their energy levels. Oh my gosh, my camera will die if I'm not gonna go and get it, the charger. Can you imagine? And I have it here, and where I put the charger. Okay, so what I'm saying is about video, I'm saying that video, of course, it's a higher vibration energy. That's where people non-stop touching and reaching a certain goal, right? To get turned on, to get really hot in front of the camera, and that include climax as well. Okay, so I did a mistake. I have not prepared my iPhone, and if you allow, I know I'm live, but if you allow, I need to go and charge it. Just a second, yeah? Where is this thing? Where is this thing? Ooh la la. Ooh la la, I am back. Oh, I found it. Okay. Ooh la la, I am back. Okay, let me just go with another question quickly till I'll just put my iPhone to the charge. Okay. You love Hawaii. I do love Hawaii. Love your accent. Where are you from? I am originally from Lithuania. Lithuania is also quite limited country. People love parties and sex, but we were occupied by Russia, and Russia bring us a knowledge that there is no sex in Russia, right? So everyone was also limited, hiding, there is no holding hands and so on situation. I came from that environment, you know? It's not easy to live like that. Okay, when parents are, not showing their, not showing their contact. I'm sorry, I'm just like, I love touching it online. I just need to do it so it will be smooth and I don't hold this. Yes, lovely. Whew. Okay, it is quite hot here because it's 30 degrees in London and I can see myself sweating. Nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. Okay, love your accent. Great. Good morning. This morning, how are you doing this morning? Oh, everything is good. It's not morning here. Okay, it's 2 p.m. Checking your step-by-step scenes. Okay, we have two phones talking. At the moment, I am discussing with TikTok. Okay, and your questions on YouTube, I will look later. Okay. Okay, is 66 too old? I am I am repeating myself, okay? I'm repeating myself, but 22 is not too young, and 62 is not too old, okay? And in general, humans create a time, okay? Humans create a time, okay? In the reality, we can bend the time, okay? And we can make our own. It's just we have limited beliefs in that. Okay, so everyone should live to the fullest, okay, into the highest frequency, right? And that's what is happening now in this world. Before, we were working hard just to survive, okay? Then we were mating or matching or marrying to have a, have a better life, right? And now we can be alone. Okay, now it's the loneliness is the problem. Okay, because we can do everything ourselves, we can make money, right? Women can survive without men, men can survive without women, get cleaners and hookers, it's like simple, right? Yeah, life is simple, but there is but, okay? Like I say, we have goal here on this planet, and goal here is not to make money or be wealthy or be rich. Goal is to extend your life, and that means to have a partner and a family and children. That's the first goal. And the second goal, which no one talks about, but I'm gonna be talking about that because that's my belief, is to learn how to die, okay, and to leave this planet. And this happens only in intimate intercourse moment, okay, that climax you experience, that orgasm that you're feeling, this is the after death life. What is a sense of that, scent of that, yeah. That's why I need to go there more often to actually experience this into the full and just find that way. So when Richard Gere said I saw this, that we should enjoy this life, there is no way to escape, there is. Okay? There is. There is the way how to leave this planet. We entered, you see, we entered this planet through a sexual energy. And where is the entrance? That's exactly where is the exit. And no one knows. Right? So I will be the first to tell. Marry me. Marry me. This is very personal. It's not related to erotic photography, but I had this marry me situation, and I said yesterday, I said, this is a very good time because my partner died last year, so I am free. I am 73, 3 years old. Okay? Good. Why are you clinging to this number? Okay, I know maybe it's scary, but you know, I'm reaching my 50s, and I don't care. I don't think I'm gonna count after that. You know, there is no point because up to the 30, 40 years old, the human body is mature, okay, and developing, right? Up to that time, and from 40 we are, mature people, already formed and properly structured, right? So we should focus on that we are ready to live, right? Before we were babies, then we were teenagers, right? So and now you don't focus on these numbers. Why? Okay, because the energy what is matters. Okay, if you are able to use your resource or your energies, you look young. Look at me. Look at me, yeah. Okay, this is very interesting. And never is it too old. No one is too old for anything. No one is too old for anything. Your brain learns new things very easy. Your body being restored, rejuvenated, and renewed completely, depending on what tissues and stuff. Every 7 years, every 3, depending how. Okay, so focus on energy. Don't focus on numbers. This is just human created, okay? No one else is counting on this universe, okay? How can I sign up? This is another thing. So before I would invite you to sign up, I have to create where to sign up, okay? You can go on my website, Julia Winter Studio, and I will create, you see, I want to make 2 courses. One will be photography course, adult photography course, erotic photography course for people who would like to have a new hobby or new source of income, or how to say, to just learn new skills to be able to photograph their wife or whatever, right? Or just how to say, or just for their own development, right? Photography is very popular, okay? So that I would like to make in a very near future. And another course which I really would like to make is Eros Transformation course. That's an energetical course. That's when you work with your body, because you see the body is the limitation, okay? when I'm saying the body, actually limitation is in your brain. But the brain, you see, it's inside your body. And you are not your body. You are just wearing this suit. Okay? And so the brain is designed to control you, okay, to compare many things, and you are not living in the moment. You are not free. Okay? That's why you have these fantasies in your head. Okay, so you can, like I said, you can sign up on my website, Julia Winter Studio. Just sign up for newsletters. Okay, on the bottom of the website there is sign up for newsletters. That's what you sign up, and when it comes and will be available, I would let everyone know. Okay, and you will get a message from me. But I will be translating here and talking about this. I also open a Telegram channel, okay, where I will be going live recently, and that's where I will be also giving information. I would love to go home to that. Of course, everyone would, okay, because people are bringing to attention not important stuff, okay, seriously. The things what for your development, for your growth, these are not important, okay. Money, how to make money, how to do this, how to buy this, how to do this is irrelevant, okay, just to distract you, okay, to consume you, okay. This is entertainment and show. What I want is that people will have their own show and get off the social media, okay, and start living their life. Start feeling, okay. Yesterday I was saying this, that everyone got the ticket to the concert, everyone, including me. But what we do in this concert, shall we dance every song and go wild and crazy, or shall we watch? Okay, it's up to us. The concert will go, the past, it will end. It will be finito la commedia, right? It will be for everyone. For everyone, it will be the same. Again, people, when they're probably not in their 40s, they don't start even thinking now. That's why I really like to connect with mature people, because they understand that the time is their ticking and that they have to do something for themselves. Okay? And that's what it does. Okay, greetings, beautiful. Have a great weekend. Yes, I'm going to a seaside. Take care and be safe out there. Thank you, thank you. Look, it's lovely people out there. Thank you. Love it. Okay, love it. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for your compliments. Like I say, okay? Nice people, they share nice things, okay? And you know, okay, that when you hear not nice things, you understand that that person doesn't have anything to share, right? So at the moment, we just have nice people, which is fine. Okay, I need a loan. That's a good question, okay? I need a loan, right? So when people are asking for anyone, like random people or whatever, it's the fact, okay, that the loan happens only in a bank society, right? The banks have secured themselves, okay, in terms of if the loan will not be paid back, right? So I'm asking this question, am I a bank? Okay, because I know I'm not. Okay, so I can't behave like a bank to you if I'm not the bank. Okay, you should approach the bank, right? That's where the money are. Okay, not going around talking with people. There is another thing. If you say I need a job, okay, and I would say, okay, how big is your tool? Because today I spoke with one model. With one model, he wanted to do a modeling, adult modeling, and adults hire models for erotic fantasies, okay. And this is a cliche maybe, okay, but they hire just huge and big sizes, okay. The size is the first thing what they look at and ask for. They don't care about how the person looks, the personality. It's just obsession, and this corn bring this obsession. They don't care about anything else. Can you imagine? And he is saying, I know the standard requirements for the business. I am this and this size, and I already know that he is not suitable. Okay, nice guy, nice looking guy, shame, But I know he's not gonna be booked. And this is not me who's pushing the model, you know. If the couple arrives and they say we would like to have this shoot, they straight away say what they're looking for, and the first requirement will be the size. Okay, so that's how it is. Are you single? Yes, I am. Morning, beautiful. How you feel today? How I feel today? Very hot. Okay, that's how I feel. I'm feeling really hot. You are always young. Good. How do you feel about younger men? You know, I looked at people my age, which is 50. Okay, I looked and then I left. So that's how it is. I do epoxy art. Good for you. Damn, you are so stunning, Julia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who you talking with? Why women talk too much? Okay, that's a very interesting question. So basically here, okay, on my channel, right, I'm talking about erotic photography, erotic photo shoot, adult creative experiences, okay, and what services my studio can provide. And who are you? Who are you? Please go. I'm not interested in this conversation. Good morning. Are you in New York? No, I'm not in New York, but I haven't been in New York too. Okay? I haven't been in New York, but in general, I have traveled to many places. I've avoided US for some reason. I've avoided, but I've been in many distant destinations, different destinations. So let me just continue today's topic, which is the role play. Okay, what is the role play? Okay, and why people are falling out of their relationship and have no intimacy, have no desire, have no passion to each other, right? And psychologists are trying to resolve these situations, okay? And as far as I'm concerned now, the results are really poor, okay? People need help, okay? But still we have a high number of couples who breaking out, leaving the children and stuff. And the problem most of the time is about changing their energies, okay? Changing their energies. So women become or go into mother's energy, okay? And then the husband becomes a child, okay? That's a very often situation when the woman becomes bossy, unhappy, telling what to do, and so on, and he's not doing or lying down watching telly and so on. So that's one, okay, energy disbalance, okay. When the woman, and this is like power dynamics, psychologists would say power dynamic, who has money, those have a power. So when the husband is making money and she is not, she is in that position, give me, okay, and give me is always comes the child who says give me money for ice cream and so on, you know, that kind of stuff. So this is type of dynamics. We know that in our world or in the system in general, children don't sleep with adults, okay, and that's what I'm talking about, the role play, okay, role play scenarios. We are playing here not children's and adults, we're playing erotic fantasies, okay, but energy replacement is the very often reason why couples do not have intimacy, even if they are close, even if they are, you know, live together or how to say, like each other. Okay, there are couples who love each other and do not fancy, do not want each other. That's the very popular reason why. Okay, energy placement. And like I say, erotic photo shoots, this is something what is it's totally different for couples, right? Erotica in general, it's a rebel energy, energy that makes you feel alive, okay, makes you feel freedom, okay, you are trying new things. It's a novelty, it's being on the edge, it's being experimental, it's being how to say, You see, when you are in a long-term relationship, you are very close with each other. There is no distance. Okay, very close, very familiar. Okay, very known, right? And what is exciting is something what is unknown. Okay, that's why infidelity happens, because infidelity is something what is unknown, right? And that is a part of you or a human that they want to experience. Okay, and that's where you can cover this with erotic or erotic fantasy, because going into erotica, any kind of erotica, right? Whatever you will decide, choose. I don't know, locations, outfits, scenarios, toys, whatever you choose. If it's new, it's gonna give you that edge feeling. Okay, it's gonna give you that excitement, right? When it comes to people shooting erotica, it's like I say, if people are nervous and scared and worry and shy and feel embarrassed, they've been traumatized. And erotica is a therapy for them. It is, how to say, it is majority of us like that. Okay, majority of people feel this way, unfortunately. Okay, but there are people who are celebrating this, who are excited, who want to try new things, who are happy, and who cannot wait, right? So I am more inclined to work with them, right? But because I have a medical background, I can recognize straight away the traumatic people. And people who need therapy, that's also, there are levels, okay? And I do not take everyone. Okay? When, especially men, I don't take. Okay, couples is slightly easier for me. When the guy, with his traumatic experience, writing me an essay like that, long like that, an email, when I open the email and I realize that I will need 10 15 minutes just to read that thing, I not reading long emails, okay, because I believe booking and inquiry should be very simple and straightforward, okay, and based on questions, not giving, your life story and so on. These people need to go to therapy first, okay, because they want to put a big load of their pain on me. Okay, and with erotic fantasies is this. There are sexologists, there are people who are professional and qualified to discuss these problems you have and experience in your life. And for some reason, they find this free service, with erotic photographers, because they think they can discuss their problems. Why is it this way or this way for them, and so on. So my reaction is very clear. When I see this very complicated conglomerate of, different kind of feelings, emotions, ideas, just pure trauma, it's better they go straight away and seek help, speak with the professional, okay, psychologist, right? And then go and do erotic photo shoot. Okay, erotic photo shoot. Why I'm saying this is because you see, you can't resolve everything with Victoria's Secret. You know? You know that? That's the thing. Okay, so let me just go back to the things about the couples. When we talk about role play scenarios, okay, very often happens is this. People hide or withheld the information, okay? What I'm saying is this, that when they're booking erotic photo shoot, and especially when in love involves intimacy, they do not give the details, okay? They think that I am a mind reader, okay, and I can just guess what fantasy they want, how hard they want, where they want to come, okay? They don't, they are so embarrassed and so shy and so holding back about this, okay? And or another thing is, maybe they think that everyone is the same and everyone has the same fantasy. So it's like, I would assume, okay, I would assume. I always ask to share more details about the photo shoot. I need the list of their ideas. I want exactly to know what will be happening in the studio, and there are no answers there, okay? They just stop there because it's traumatic for them to speak about it, okay, and talk about it, right? So that's how deep it is, right? And before, I already mentioned this in my one of the previous videos, before erotic photography and erotic photo shoots were extremely popular with adult porn models, glamour models, escort models, playboys, whatever, like that kind of stuff. It was very popular. People who were making money on this, right? Money and fame was the focus with erotic photography. And now it's changed. Okay, people are coming to understand who they are as a adult, as a being, as a sexual being. Okay, what it is to be sexy, what it is to be in this vibration, how to create excitement, how to actually preserve those moments, how to perform in front of the camera, and it involves a lot of confidence. You see, it's a confident growth, it's a confident boost, and there are people who come after illness, okay, after illness, and things changing, okay, and that is why I'm saying that this is emotional development going on now, not a business life. And I am now focusing, of course, on normal and ordinary people. I do shoot models, okay, I do shoot models, but I focus and I shoot normal couples, you know, normal couples who would like to create erotic photography, erotic videos for themselves, okay, and experience that. Because why adults need an experience? Or maybe let me rephrase that you will understand. Why children need games? No, there is no question. When it comes to children, there is no question why education developed through the gaming program, why they've been educated this way, why they playing games, because they develop themselves physically and mentally. That's how they grow, right? But when children become adults, they stop. Okay, there is a very limited, options for couple together sexually, be involved in something and grow there like that, right? And that is why majority of couples, when they book erotic photo shoots, they want to see the example how the other is doing. Seriously, it is very important. And every day I receive emails asking to get into my membership private areas. Okay, they want to see how the others are doing. They want to learn. Okay, they want to understand this energy. They want to feel that vibe. Okay, because corn, you see, it's not delivering. It's not delivering, right? Okay, let me just quickly say hi in here. What is the Telegram? Telegram, I will Eros channel. I call it Eros channel. I've been like a while in that. I've just created, okay? I've just created a Telegram. And what is special about Telegram is this, that the reason why I've created this, I will be running my courses there. You can actually create groups, private groups, and you can share erotic content there in the private groups, and you're not going to be blocked, okay? So there is the only place where I can do it. And of course I can create a private paid channel where I could show erotic explicit content as well, and you're not going to be, blocked there in a private group. Of course, their invitations will be also private. Love Warriors. You know what? Telegram called Love Warriors. Okay? But let me just come back to you, okay? After live, because you send me a lot of questions here and I'm talking to YouTube now. I'm talking to YouTube. Can you imagine my TikTok just being blocked? Suspended. So I need to go and ask for appeal. Right. It is normal when people are talking about erotic photography, and in general when I am discussing erotica, it is normal to be blocked on every platform. I've been blocked recently from Instagram and from many other places. It's just normal thing. And especially I'm blocked when, there is a high level of interest, okay? That's where is the problem, right? The robots and in general, the system doesn't like this information. Okay, so what I was saying is, when I will finish my live, I will be going and letting you know via link. It's as simple as that, and it is very hot. And I would like to terminate this video. I haven't finished the questions, right? But there is always another day, and I will do that. Okay, and for today is enough. For today is enough because it's very hot, and I'm just sweating here. Thank you so much for staying. Thank you so much for listening about erotica. And usually I discuss about erotic fantasies, erotic photography, and erotic photo shoots for couples and for individuals, right? And that's what I do. And next time when you will see, you're welcome to ask me the questions. Let me just go for now. This is my first time checking your content. Do you have behind the scenes, step-by-step videos or your playlist? Yes, and that's another same story and situation. Yes, I do have a members area which is blocked from all the payments. Stripe, PayPal, Wise, Square, everything is blocked, right? And I am not able, okay, at the moment to sort this out. Okay, so we have this, and I think I need time to just figure it out how it's gonna go. Okay, but there is creative, right? And I respect and appreciate your time. Excited to learn more. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. And like I say, I will send you the link. Okay, I will find your messages on YouTube, and I will send you the link so you will go straight away into the channel. And from there, I would be sending updates, what I'm doing and how I'm doing, right? Okay, thank you so much for now, and bye.